Hey guys, this is Swapnil for ThinkDigit.com, and today I have with me the Nokia Lumia 520. This is currently the cheapest Windows Phone 8 device you can buy from Nokia. It costs about 10,500 and you could probably find it for lesser with various online retailers. Now, the 520 is an extremely nice phone from our first impressions. It's extremely thin, it's very light, it utilizes somewhat the unibody design. The back peels off, so you can put in your SIM and everything, and when it seals shut, you can barely tell that there's any way to take this phone apart. It's very well built, it's sturdy, it doesn't feel like cheap plastic at all. It's got the standard Nokia build quality. You know that this is a sturdy phone. The Lumia 520 has a 1 GHz dual core processor powering it, along with 512 MB of RAM. There's also 8 GB of onboard storage, but if that's not enough for you, you can add a micro SD card all the way up to 64 GB. So you have enough space for any music, movies that you might want to store on here, even photos for that matter. Um, and that's really great. The great thing about this phone is that even though it may seem to run old hardware and you may think that it's only 512 MB of RAM, the phone performs extremely well. This is thanks to the way Windows Phone 8, the operating system, has been optimized. And going up and down the screen, left, right, is extremely smooth. Opening apps, there's no jitter at all. The phone is responsive. Um, so that's thanks to Windows Phone 8. The other key features of the hardware is that this phone, the Lumia 520, has a 5 megapixel camera on the back. Unfortunately, there is no flash and there is no front facing camera either, like you would have one on the 620. The 620 has a flash at the back. So, those are the only two differences essentially between the 620 and the 520. There are a few more, but these are the major ones. Then the design on the 520 is also different. The 620 has much softer rounded edges, while the 520 takes on a more industrial look, much sharper. It looks more like the 720, while the 620 looks more like the Lumia 920. So on the left, we have a Nokia Lumia 520, and on the right, we have my Lumia 920. Um, so you have the lowest end and the highest end from both the companies. But what I'm going to show you is just how smooth the scrolling is on both these phones. No jitter at all. Opening Internet Explorer, or the Wi-Fi is not connected, but if you close them, it's just as smooth. Uh, you don't see a difference between when opening apps, closing apps. You don't see any sort of jitter, any sort of tearing in animation on the 520, even though it's running half the RAM of the 920. There you go. Of course, the screen in comparison to the Lumia 920s is not as good, but at the end of the day, when you're looking at performance, this is what you get. The best optimized operating system running on such good hardware and giving the user an amazing experience of owning a high-end phone. It's able to keep up even if if you want to go a little crazy on your phone, it's going to keep up. There's no problem. So there you have it. That's our first look at the Lumia 520. You should watch out for a full review, which should be coming up in a few days. And that's where we will go into all the details and all the entire depth of this phone. Thank you.